Hello, I am Jody Wolf. You're watching EXPOZ. Today, October 10, 2010, in Birmingham, Alabama, and it's about 10:35 p.m. This is part 4, which will be only a brief couple of minutes of the start of communism as we know it. I'm going to wrap up and summarize briefly what we discussed. Number one, the Pharaoh and Joseph. When Joseph interpreted his dreams 4,000 years ago and said there's 7 years of plenty, 7 years of famine, that started probably the first communist nation or communist country or empire at that time. And then another was in early 1900s, Lenin in Russia, when he said, I can promise you that I'll have bread on every one of your tables in your houses or in your kitchens. And then the third, talking about the parallels with today and with 4,000 years ago and then early 1900s. So the shortages that we're having today, really, if you think about it, we have sent enough food and money to Africa to feed Africa 2 or 3 times. We really have. And you have all the, not the guerrillas, they're the ones fighting for the good in these countries, but it's the renegades, it's the others, it's the Chavez's and the Castros and the Ahmadinejad's or Jihad's, and it's these people. The Somalian government is actually hurting the people from getting food. Anyway, it's the bad guys that's preventing the food and the water and the money to get there to feed the poor. So the parallel today is we have a government that's doing its best to turn us into capitalists or to communists. We don't know why, but we also know that they're storing large amounts of food. So what do you think it would take, other than the auto industry, other than taking over the banks, other than taking over the healthcare? What else do you think it would take to make you become capitalist or communist? Socialist or communist in our country? Take your food away. Then you will not only buy with all the money you have, then you have no more money, then you will start trading, then you have nothing else to trade, then you give up maybe some land you have, and then you give up your house, and then you give up you. If there's a food shortage created, that could happen in this country. I promise you, in 18 months or less, if there was an earthquake down the Mississippi River, New York would run out of food in 72 hours. And fuel, there would be an extreme fuel shortage immediately. So that's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at. And go back to the last part 3, how to escape it. Escape it is go to God in prayer for you and for your country, and make sure that your soul is in a good place. In other words, make sure it is safe for you to die. And I'm just telling you like it is. This shortage can force us into a communist, under a dictatorship, very, very, very rapidly. So be ready for it. I'm going to say personally, it cannot happen, or probably will not happen, while light is on this earth and in our country. Light meaning Christian people. They're considered the salt of the earth. Also, the darkness cannot prevail until the light has been removed. Revelations chapter 3 verse 10. That's what it says. Read it. Revelations, maybe it's chapter 3, verse 20. I apologize. I will keep you from that terrible hour. This is Jody Wolf, EXPOZ.